I don't think so. I think it's a challenging time to run a data center. You have the explosion of social media. You have the explosion of new devices coming in from your employees, asking your IT department to support them. And at the same time, your business has become more critical to run these workloads more efficiently than ever before. So I think for operators, they get hit from all different angles, internally, externally, and then you've got these industry forces with new capabilities, new tools that are available to them. So there are some opportunities to consistently kind of get your head out from underneath the overwhelming amount of data and requests that are coming from your traditional stakeholders, and look at what the industry is doing. And we have white papers, we have examples from top tier companies in each vertical that have implemented a solution and have seen significant results from it. I think that the challenge is there are some fringe organizations that do a part of DCIM that may be overpromising or promising some sets of capabilities that they might not deliver, or there's a sales process that can bring some capabilities, but the support and the implementation may not have met the expectations for large, 10+ data center environments. It takes a lot of resources to implement these solutions properly. And I think individuals should go into that equation with their heads up, realizing that the resources required to implement it properly are just as important as making the decision on which solution to go with. So I think that there are opportunities there that will continue. Data centers are going to continue to see additional tools. We're going to continue innovating. So I think it's a matter of picking a partner that you can grow with and that you trust and that it can implement alongside you. We have white papers and examples where if the tools that were available during the Fukushima earthquake, if they were available and known by the data center operators at that time, what they would have done differently. So we have that from NTT data on our website. And it's interesting to see that it's an insurance policy to really avoid scenarios to get into with the disasters, but it's also an emergency switch that you might not have had before to shut off your water if it's leaking, in an environment. So I think that's where you see you have more tools rather than less tools to be able to make your decisions, to be able to understand your options if something goes wrong that you didn't anticipate. There are many factors because there are many different types of solutions. One thing that Gartner has done a pretty good job at recently, the analysts have in their Magic Quadrant, they've determined which DCIM providers should really rise to the top with the way that they're evaluating one another, because there are so many solutions that kind of claim to be in this space. I think for an operator, it really depends on what areas of concern they might have. It also might depend on what competencies they feel they have. So if you want something that's more balanced, that balances IT devices and facilities, there are some players in this space. If you have more concerns about IT devices, there are some solutions that angle towards that as a solution provider. So you can look to an impartial. We're trying to be Switzerland in this DCIM environment. We have over 50 different license agreements in this space because we are advising a majority of the companies that are taking advantage of the tools that we provide to help them run more efficiently and provide their solutions. So you can use your Intel person as an individual to get objective advice from. Or you can just try a couple solutions out. I encourage people to go and run a beta program, run it in a test environment, get a feeling for the implementation of that. We found that resources being allocated to implement these solutions is often neglected when it shouldn't be. So that's a recommendation that I would have. There's a lot of resources available to help you choose properly.